asked me to fucking attend. I agreed.
Fair enough. Now, I won't call it a sit-down because of the inclement negative implications. Let's think of it as a meeting of minds.
What's up? John's in bed, just sitting there watching the show. I tried to tell him, come on the show. Let's do it. Nope. He said, you do it. So here I am. Not a lot going on. Pretty slow day. Got done playing some flag football. Bruised my tailbone. Probably mildly concussed, but we got the dub. Just gotta ice it. Gotta get ready. Gotta face Ron next week. I'm gonna come out with the win for that one, but other than that, not a lot going on. Obviously, yesterday, a little bit of a controversial episode of The Unrelated Show. The Unrelated Show on the KMS network, hosted by Jackson from Australia and Tim Smith. They had he who must not be named, I guess, Dr. Vodka on, and that caused quite the rift in the world. Got people jumping out saying so and so's dead to me again. People going after Tim. People going after Jackson. Pointless shit. You know how it is. BA was upset. He's calmed down a little bit now. Sneaks is gonna stay upset for no reason. Thinking it's his fight. It is what it is. But yeah, I mean, overall, other than that, thought it was good banter between Tim and Jackson a little bit. But that was fair game, as I stated, because it was on the KMS channel, not the GVE channel. So those are two separate things. You don't get to control who's on every single network because it's going to happen. But yeah, there was a problem with Vodka claiming that people were apparently calling his job. And we don't know if that's true or not. But from what I was told, it isn't. And from what he said, it is. So there's quite a lot going on. I don't know. What else was I going to have? Oh, here. Let me do this. Just in case people want to air their grievances. But yeah, other than that, I don't know. I don't know how much long it's going to last because I think Luke is live right now, if I remember. And then Jackson usually doesn't go to work until like fucking forever. Oh, there we go. Play-by-play with Luke. I just saw it. That's like Inception. That would be crazy. But yes, what was I talking about before I mentioned the fucking video? Oh yeah, flag football. Like I said, concussed, bruised tailbone, but we won. Off to the championship game, November 6th. Gonna win that. As announced by Menners today, we got next week. I'll be going into studio on Wednesday the 13th, and Mick will be going on Monday the 11th. And then, of course, Ted Sellers on Thursday. I like Ted. I don't know why people don't like Ted. I mean, I know that's not even a popular opinion to not like Ted, But even for the people that don't, like, however small of a percentage it is, doesn't make any sense. He's great. Laughs a lot, laughs at his own jokes a lot, but yeah, it's part of the thing. Everyone laughs at their own jokes. Everyone thinks they're the funniest person in the room. That's how it goes. And seeing Mick back's gonna be great. I hope something boils up, but who knows? Oh, hold on. Oh, there we go. But yeah, here we are, live on GVE and live on Luke McKay's channel. The list that came out, it was very interesting. It was crazy. I think everyone's in agreement that it was pretty fucking crazy that Cinema wasn't on there, because the entire basketball team was on there. I think that was like the real reason. But not to put Cinema on there, especially when he's been in studio as much as he has. I mean, it's insane. It's insane. Hopefully this Friday, he'll be on Mike and the Minifans with me. I'll let him air his grievances and whatnot. Talk about the list, as I'm sure there's going to be a lot of contention with it going forward. Mama K is supposed to be in studio, so I'm sure there's going to be a lot of talk about that as well. And then essentially, we just got to wait until it all dies out. Election day tomorrow. For those of you who didn't see, the big man himself, Joe Rogan, endorsed Trump tonight. I don't really think that's going to affect much, because I think everyone was already thinking he was going to endorse Trump. So the fact that he like made it public, I don't know. Maybe it'll sway like 3 people, but I think it's already set in stone of what's going down tomorrow. So if you didn't vote yet, make sure you do, and if you don't choose to vote, you can't complain, because, you didn't make your voice heard. So if you don't vote, can't complain. You don't have a say. That's the whole reason you do it. So make sure you do it. Oh, what else? Oh, yes, that's right. Monday Night Football. That started. Chiefs and Bucks. I haven't checked in on the score in a little bit, though, so I'm gonna have to check in on that. Boom, boom. 10-7. D Hop already scored. First game in. Already made an awesome catch too. So that just shows Will Levis, Mason Rudolph could not get the best out of D Hop, if that surprises anybody. Bucky Irvin ran in for a score. I saw that as well. But I pray to God that Bucks can just get one. If the Bucks can just get one win tonight, I'll be a happy man. That's really all I need. But let's see. Oh, okay. Let's see. Farm League was the main event. This is embarrassing. Beep beep. Can't wait for Fax's Big Day in Studio. Oh, there you go. Memes is active. That's good. Hold on. Hold on. First game with them, but it does show that you're a lesbian. Okay, that's cute. I'm pretty sure it is D-Ups. No, wait, that's right. He did play right away last week. All right, Memes is right on that one. Gotta figure out how to get the comments back up over here, because they're not showing up. So hold on 1 second. There we go. Boom. All right, second game, but at least he got a touchdown. That was good. Farm League was the main event. This is embarrassing. Hey, well, what are you gonna do? Bitch to somebody? Who cares, buddy? PSA, glad you came in. Glad you decided to show up. I appreciate you. Good guy, good guy. Luke in the troll chat being a fucking weasel like usual. Scumbag. There you go. Kane comes after him. Luke says play Tetris. Nah, I've never played Tetris. Wouldn't know how. Here we go. Let's see. Throw that back in there. Oh shit. I hope to God that Memes isn't a Chiefs fan. That'd be crazy. Memes is a Chiefs fan. That's just everything you need to know. The guy fucking bandwagoning like a motherfucker. Oof. All right, here we go. We got a live one. What's up?
God damn it, facts.
I know. Hey, I kept him occupied. I was just trying to figure things out. I never started one for him before.
Gotta save your ass.
I know. I appreciate it. I was just gonna start talking about football again, and then we got Memes talking about the Chiefs. Crazy time. PSA's in, and then Sneaks doing Sneaks thing.
How'd the Colts do last night? Joe Cool.
Hey, I supported the, like, if they did like a 1 week suspension for that bullshit that he pulled the other week, Anthony Richardson.
I don't care. I don't care. Did they lose?
Yeah, they lost.
Okay, thank you.
How'd the Patriots do?
They lost, but how they do? Shut the fuck up.
You shut the fuck up. Came at me.
I'll never complain about the Patriots the rest of my life. That's how good they were for 20 years. So
Okay, well, there you go. Well, at least you got a good head on your shoulders.
Don't give a shit.
Patriots think again, chooses clout over honor. Okay, well, RIP.
No, what was I gonna say? Is John coming on, or what's the deal? Is he asleep or?
Yeah, no, he's in bed.
Okay.
And he said, you can do a show. You should do a show. Do it. Nothing would make me happier. So there we go. So I did it. But I do have a question. You said you're saving some stuff for tomorrow. Do you have any preview of how you feel about this list? Because that's going to be on the show tomorrow. You give us anything?
Well,
because I saw what you said on Twitter, and then you released your 10 that were on the list, but you did not have them on the list.
Yeah, I was just dropping some nuggets. Just dropping some information for the people. I know Sneakers are gonna say nobody cares. Homo, I got it. Memes, we got it. No one cares. But I was giving a little bit of context for the people.
Yeah.
I think more will come out on the show tomorrow. Kane is like begging me to show him my full list. Kane,
Oh, like before?
no, like he just wants to see it. Like Kane, it's not going to happen. Like the committee, each person made their list, and the
Yeah.
cumulative score determined the final list between the three of us. And then Menners came in and made a few changes at the end, which we mostly agreed upon. But like, I don't know. Kane is just why? See
Why?
that's why Kane, because you want
Why?
it so bad.
Yeah, you
Keep
can't get what you
asking.
want.
Keep asking.
So was the stream like originally planned for Wednesday or something, or what?
It was never like formally scheduled for Wednesday,
Oh.
but that was the date we all circled as when it was going to happen. And so when he dropped it on Saturday, it was a surprise for everyone. But we figured out he dropped it because he got sensitive because of what I said on Mike and the Minifans on Friday night, which all I said was Ned.
Oh, warned you.
Well, Ned warned us, and then Ned was like, Menners is gonna fuck us, and then Ned got fucked by Menners because he missed one meeting, and
Yeah.
then Menners got sensitive about that because he thought there were lies. It's really just kind of stupid, like junior high bullshit.
Yeah.
But I think that's what Menners is using to, you know, justify some of his decisions. But you know, I think he's been cooler than he was last year. Last year, he actually went in and manipulated the list. He didn't do that this year. Everyone was on the same page. Ned got kicked off, but we still used his rankings to determine the final list. The issue was Ned missed the main discussion meeting when we were supposed to sort of have a
finalize it.
discussion, like say, hey, argue for who we thought should be higher or lower or on or off. Like Ned missed that.
Yeah.
So that was like in Menner's eyes, that was the final straw.
Oh,
So
okay.
and Ned knows like there's a little bit of blame here and there, but I think Menners saw a reason to go for the kill, and he did. So it's all good.
Yeah. I mean, junior high stuff, that should have been expected at this point. That's always gonna happen. A lot of people are on that shit lately. I don't get it. I mean, I get it because they're fucking dumb, but at the same time, I don't get it because grown adults. But yeah, that was a wild move by Menners. Were you guys still in the chat after? Did he even say anything to you guys or?
So he right before he dropped it, he asked like a couple clarifying questions about placement on the list, and then he dropped it and he messaged us and said, "List is out there. I'm tired of the lies. No more discussion." And then he left the group. So
Okay. All right.
yeah,
Yeah,
Kane,
no.
tomorrow. Yes, I won't get off easy tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna talk about the list. That's not what this is for. Fucking Kane.
Yeah, no. This is not. Yeah, no. We don't got to go super
Did you
deep
see
into
Kane's
that.
show earlier?
I caught the end of it. I didn't see
The end. It was only 19 minutes long.
Oh, well then I only caught like 3 minutes of it. So yeah. I didn't know it was only 19 minutes though.
You didn't miss much.
I saw that
Kane said what else after 8 minutes?
So the dude came on and he claimed to be Mayo's friend.
Yeah, so that's the funny thing. Even if he was like Kane thought he was getting Mayo's best friend, and he thought it was a big fish.
Yeah.
Imagine getting Mayo's best friend and thinking it's a big fish. Like it would never. And then he got duped by that. It's like that. That's not a big fit. What? Like okay.
No, him hyping it up like that was pretty wild. I will say that because he
I
kept.
didn't see any hype. I didn't even know he was going live until I got the notification.
No, he was doing it like previously on other shows. He's like big guest, big guest. He kept saying that over and over, and I mean, I just assumed he was gonna get somebody, but like I didn't even really know who. But then he got that guy on, and then he was like, "Yeah, I saw Mayo across the street," and nodded at him, and I was like,
Wait,
"Oh,
Kane said, "Are you serious? What an idiot." You're right, Kane. I'm wrong. Mayo's best friend would have been a huge fucking get. The amount of questions you could ask him, like, what was Andy like as a young boy? Like, you're right. I'm wrong. Cutwater's with Kane. That's true. Cutwater, underrated, low key, best drink on the market.
there you go." Well, I feel like I don't know how you feel, but I'm assuming you probably feel a very similar way. Not many people are that interested in Mayo.
Mayo is a character in the world, but he's like just a normal, boring guy, like pretty much all of us.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's really what it is. Like, I don't think anyone wants to hear anybody's backstory or talk to anyone's best friend. That doesn't make any sense. I'll be honest. That doesn't make any sense. There's no appeal to that whatsoever.
Good point. Sneakers, Cutwater's, Mai Tai sucks because Mai Tais are hard to put in a can. There's too many ingredients. You have to get the right mix, but their margarita is a good drink. But yeah, Kane's like second question was like, "Do you have a girlfriend? Do you live in your parents' basement? Are you an alcoholic?" It was
It was yes,
it
no,
was a
and
step
yes,
back
right?
for Kane in terms of the Kane being compared to like the Edward R. Morrow of the Minifan world.
Yeah, I mean, definitely not the best Kane's Corner episode. Because what was it? Was Menners the time before that too? And I think that was them talking about what were they talking about? It was just I don't know. They were just spewing some bullshit because I was during the Georgia Texas game, so I was only half-ass paying attention to be honest. Keep it
Oh,
going
we
till
have a
Jackson is
request
off
from
work.
Patriots Sync again. Keep it going until Jackson is off of work. I'll be right back. Okay, Patriots Sync again. We're gonna cater this show to you. What the fuck? No. Like, when we're
Could be an
done, we're done.
all-timer. I'm feeling it. I think it's just because of the whole thing yesterday. Because I know that you're not nearly as involved as some of us are in this whole thing, but the unrelated show. How did you feel about that?
I don't have strong feelings on it. I missed sort of most of that. It wasn't something I paid a lot of attention to, so I can't comment on it much.
Yeah, that's
I don't
fair.
know. There's a lot of moving pieces. It's a little confusing. To unless you're paying very close attention. I don't know.
No, I
What are
agree.
what are your feelings on it?
I said, well, I said it was fair game because that's the KMS channel, and it would be stupid to try to restrict content on that, like the whole Mike and the Minifans thing with you. You know, same deal. You can't just like not let someone on in regards to that specific channel. If he was on GVE, I could understand that, and I could understand why BA was pissed about the episode, because he's like, oh, why is this guy claiming that myself and Sneaks are calling his work? That's not true. That's what he was telling me yesterday. But I don't know. They were all talking about calling his work, and then they had completely doxed him to the point where, they gave out a picture of him, place of employment, everything like that. So at that point, I was like, all right, so like, what? Did we even it out now? Everyone knows where everybody works, and like, we're all good? But no, apparently not. And as far as I'm concerned for the whole thing, I don't really care if Vodka and Jay are on here. It doesn't really do anything different for me. I just come on here when John says, hey, we're doing this tonight, and I go, all right. But yeah, there you go. I'm gonna call his work on Veterans Day since I'm being accused of. You'll see the difference. Yeah, well, that's just doing exactly what he would be accusing you of doing. So that's just a redundant thing to do, Sneaks. Don't let that brain work too hard, buddy. You're gonna
Well,
confuse yourself.
I'm not going to sit here and pretend to know the history of the power structure of GVE. I haven't been paying attention to GVE as long as a lot of people out there. So like,
Yeah.
it's not my battle to fight. I'm not going to pretend to, um, be in anybody's camp or whatever. I like everybody. I think for the most part, Kane sucks, but um, yeah, I think the talk about it has kind of been like a little uh overkill. I don't think you and I are going to bring any new light to the situation.
I mean, I don't know. They keep going with it at every single time. Like, every week that this thing goes and stays alive, there's just new shit coming. Like now having people like, I mean, and I guess not that it really matters, but the fact that it exists, something to talk about. With people like going after Jackson and Tim now for no reason, when they're very good guys, is just weird. It's just like, dude, you need
Are
to
they
like
going
learn.
after? Okay, educate me. Are they going after Jackson and Tim because they had vodka on the stream?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I'm not gonna get in the middle of that. I don't know all the background. So
No, it was just, I mean, well, yeah, that you don't have to really chime in on this part, I guess. It was just because, yeah, they had vodka on the stream, but then, um, like I said, completely separate channel, didn't break any rules whatsoever. They had him all. They had a conversation with him. The rules that these guys keep changing, like Pat, Sneaks, memes. I'm coming on the 12th. I will be at the Boston airport around 9. So go ahead. But
my
there you go.
take is that the show, the network, everything is better when everyone is allowed to be on. That's
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah. No, and that's kind of like the point I was trying to get is like specifically in this instance, you can't be restricting the content for like the KMS network. Like GVE, it's BA's channel. He can do whatever he wants to it. And I completely agree. But
We have a husband and wife in the comments going back and forth. This is nice.
they do have very good rapport, yeah. I don't know if they're sitting right next to each other watching it, but they were talking about it on a much bigger network, not the 12 people who watch Meeting of the Minds. Yeah, but I get your point, Don, and that does make sense, but at the same time, Kirk said he doesn't give a fuck who posts what wherever. So they're just following rules that are laid out. They're just doing their show, having the conversation. You can't go around controlling what people can and can't say, who can and cannot go on. It's just not how it works. Like, yeah, Vodka was saying stupid shit. It's just like, yep, he was. Are you gonna take what some dude accuses you on the internet to heart? Apparently they are. So that's at that point, and that specific point only, that becomes a lot more of their problem and not everyone else's. And that's what they keep doing. So that's just kind of that. They need to fucking relax a little bit.
What's next, Coleman?
Oh, what? You got nothing too? Nothing to add?
You're the host.
Wow. No. I was just coming in. Okay, here, let's see. Oh, there we go. Luke says, Jackson has no ideas. He decided to try for vodka clout on the network. That's what happened. He can't come up with an idea. But yeah, wouldn't you think Tim could, though? I feel like Tim had a lot of things planned. Or at least I know he had a lot of things planned, so I feel like they can make content, but also, yeah, there's some shock value to that. Eyes got on it. No, ma'am, I am not the OnlyFans guy. Sorry to disappoint. Pat thinks it's riveting. There you go. Appreciate that. Fax is a loser. He's a wannabe. You gotta come up with new shit, Sneaks. Your material is getting weak. But Freddie. Oh, never mind, not me. She's asking if you're the OnlyFans guy, Freddie.
Oh, no.
There you go. Harvey and his wife are good people. They are, Don. They are good people. I do enjoy having them on. I wish they would come on again too. But now the problem with all of this disarray, that I'll wrap it up for you, Freddie, is that now we're just not getting people on the show, and that kind of sucks. John, I mean, he's just in bed chilling, but I mean, like people like Jake, who kind of adds this weird, unpredictable element to the show that, yeah, some people find annoying, but I like it. Luke is just like brainwashed to fuck, so I don't know what he's just doing his thing. Yeah, whatever. You know, I've already said my piece on it, so it's like my
Luke
feelings
seems
haven't changed on
happy.
it.
Luke seems happy doing his farm system league network. So I'm happy
Yeah,
for
I mean,
him if he's happy doing that.
hey, whatever works, run with it. Yeah, sure. But I mean, at this point, let's see. I'll check in to see if he still has us. Yeah, now he just has you and I on there, so. There you go. His wife, good people. The shitter's fixed. It's getting cold. Oh, yeah, there you go. Hope that Harvey fixed that too, because it is getting cold. Good.
Wait, so you finished your stint or whatever. Now you're on leave for like 6 months and just doing nothing?
Yeah.
Collecting a paycheck?
Essentially, because I had a lot of leave saved up because I just didn't go often. And so then I used all of it at the end of this cycle, like 36 or some days. And then I'm still going to have even more left over. But then after that, I go on what's called administrative leave, which means since it's an internship, I don't get charged for that leave, but it's just like 6 months to go work for a company. And then they give me employment because I work for them when I get out. That's the whole deal. It helps soldiers like transition to working in the real world and getting used to it. So that way when they get out, they're not running around like a bunch of idiots.
Yeah. That's awesome. You're on the ground in Georgia. What's the take for the election tomorrow? Do you think Trump carries Georgia, or do you think that the ballot harvesting infects the state and it goes blue?
I don't know. I'm very confused because there's city like there's Atlanta, and then I don't really know where Augusta. I don't know where Augusta stands. Being here, it's still hard to like see because one, we have a lot of people on post, so it's going to be a lot of mail-in ballots because their home of record is out of state. And then for people who are retired here and now it's their permanent residence.
What state are you registered to vote in?
Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even though you lived in Georgia for how long?
I've lived in Georgia for 3 years, but when you're stationed here with the military, it doesn't really apply as residency. It's just like a station.
So did you do a mail-in ballot, or if
Yep.
you voted, would you have done mail-in?
No, I did a mail-in ballot. Yeah, me and my wife did.
Yeah. So what's
There
your
you go.
prediction on the Electoral College?
What's up, Kane?
What's your
Talking about-
prediction on the Electoral College facts? Let's hear it.
All right,
Yeah.
my prediction. I'm hoping like
You know what,
man,
Freddie? Go fuck yourself too, you fucking prick. That show wasn't 19 minutes. You know how hard that is to pivot when the guy says he's the best friend of Andy Mayo and then just all of a sudden is some random dude from Connecticut? Freddie?
Oh, there you go. Sneaks summed up the program. I'll just say that. But yeah, that's actually true. That's actually smartest thing Sneaks said tonight. So
Yes, Kane, I think I
you go.
understand how hard it would be. That's why I wouldn't put myself in that situation. But you're stronger, you're more brave than I am, and I give you credit for that.
You
And I
didn't
think
just give
you-
me credit for it. You were just fucking running your mouth and said the show was 19 minutes, whatever. You're going to come on the show tomorrow. We can talk about it more tomorrow. It's fine. But, like, you don't think having Andy Mayo's best friend wouldn't be decent content to possibly be talked about on the show? Freddie,
honestly,
you didn't
I
even post your
don't.
list too. What a fucking pussy! Why don't you post your list for your picks? Why wouldn't you? I don't
We'll
even
talk about it.
understand that.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about it tomorrow. But
yeah,
it's
because
a
wouldn't
short-
that be better for tomorrow night,
Yeah.
Kane?
Yes, we're
If
going
you're-
on
yeah.
at 10.
Yeah, but if tomorrow night, if he goes over his selection on your show, that gets more eyes to your show, and that's a topic of the main show right now. So it's kind of like
Well, it's a topic today. Facts.
I know, but I'm just saying we're
Who
gonna
knows
have
tomorrow?
Freddie on your show tomorrow. Mama K's gonna be in studio on Thursday. It all kind of just a little tell all. Like I mean,
And-
it's a,
there's a reasonable answer to your question. If
Go
I
ahead.
posted my individual list, then I'm making it about me, but it's not about me. There was a committee formed, we had a process, and a final list was distributed. I think I might have stepped over the line just doing my 10 and 10, who I had on and off that were on and off. So I don't want to make it about me. But we can dive more into that tomorrow night.
Oh,
but-
we definitely will.
But
Freddie.
does that answer satisfy you for now?
Yes, I don't want to get yelled at by my girlfriend, so I'm gonna have to go. But guys, thank you for the show.
Jesus Christ.
Where's Jake? He's not coming on.
I don't know where Jake is,
Why
to be
not?
honest. He's been MIA since yesterday.
No Jackson.
Now
I invited
Jackson,
him on today. Declined, I guess. I don't know. I'm surprised. He doesn't want to own that his own bullshit, but we'll see what happens.
he might be coming on, but he said that basically what I said are his feelings. So that's what he told me. So
All right. Good night. Good night,
all
guys.
right. See ya. Oh God. That's what you're doing tomorrow?
Well, to be fair, I don't think he'll be hosting it fireside while his girlfriend is 4 feet away saying, "Get off the stream."
Yeah, I know. That doesn't make. Yeah, no, probably not. I think he's going to be more locked in. But I don't understand where he got confused, because he said he wanted you to post a list now. That would just essentially nullify the entire purpose of you going on, to sit there, have your list, go over what the differences were. That's like the whole show. Like if you just went on and were just like, I feel this way about the list, the show would be like 15 minutes.
Yeah, but Kane can't see the forest through the trees. He sees something and he thinks he wants it right now. Like his whole pitch to get people on his show, I've seen it. He sends DMs to people. He's like, "Come on the show. Kirk's gonna see it. Kirk's gonna watch it. You should come on the show."
Yeah.
That's not like we don't all we don't all like give a shit about that type of clout where we don't all care that if Kirk sees it or not. Like these types of shows are for the inside, like lower level of the KMS world that just want to sort of bullshit about the show.
Yeah, they want to, like, we want to mingle with each other when it comes to like GVE or even all the other shows. Like that's why, I mean, of course, not last week. Well, I came on late, but like with Mike and the Minifans, it's fun to sit there and hear everyone's thoughts. And then as it went down the pipe more and more, I got more used to kind of figuring out how I want to do it. Because I remember when I started, I was like, we need to make this organized, get the topics. But then when I had like, well, I think the first time I had Menners on was and then the second time when it was he and I shooting the shit, and then the next week with Tommy and Cinema Lords, it became a lot more natural, and I've enjoyed it a lot more.
Well,
But
don't take this personally, or take it the wrong way. I thought last week's Mike and the Minifans was a good change of pace because the format was like, it was more of the unstructured. Here's a panel of people just talking and sort of giving their opinions, and it was less like, okay, topic. You know what I mean?
yeah, and that's what.
And that doesn't mean it's going to be that's like the right answer every week, but it felt like a good breath of fresh air, change of pace, and I think people enjoyed the show.
Yeah, no, I did. I enjoyed it. And then I just was very confused. That's why I had to jump on and clear the record because John was just like, Bax graduated. I was like, oh no.
I think he was more. Well, nobody cares, but I think he was more like, Fax told me last minute that he couldn't make it.
Yeah, that's because I told him as I was at work, figuring out that I was having to stay. So I was like, oh great, and so then I told him, and then he was like, all right.
It was also, it didn't start till 9, so for some people, the later start time makes it easier to hop on if they have other things they have to get out of the way.
Yeah, that's very true. But I mean, this Friday should be good because I was gonna have probably Cinema on, and then so I do have one guest booked in advance. So yay me, I'm making strides. And then
I will say,
I really don't know who else. No, I don't know who else yet. I'll just find that out as I go.
For Cinema, just one comment. Like, I love Cinema guy. Part of the point of me showing the 10 people that made it that I didn't have in my top 50 was to show Cinema that, like, most of those guys on the basketball team I didn't even have up there. So there was no personal shots at Cinema, like, at least from my perspective.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have Pat, I didn't have John, I didn't have like whatever. I don't have it in front of me. The handful of people that I put on that list.
Hold on. That's exactly what I'm. Yeah. So John, Pat, and then you didn't have Ron on the list either.
Yeah, Ron. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, but I mean, from what I've seen, they got announced into the. I mean, they got talked a lot about on the show, especially over the past year. So that just like wasn't enough, like time wise. You mean because the basketball thing was over in a few months?
Well, so when you say especially over the last year, like only over the last year.
Yes.
Hey, Freddie.
Good morning, Manners.
Good morning.
Yeah, so only over the last year, that affects your rating because the show's been around for 5 years.
So you think there were like, so if that takes them out, that would leave like 44 other people, and all 44 of those people had a longer lasting impact?
Well, that's a simplistic way of looking at it. I mean, you look at each person individually.
Yeah.
And you're only talking about the 6 people on the basketball team. I put out a list of 10, and then the other list of 10. And I'll admit, it's what I put out isn't perfect. I think I had a few flaws, but.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, no matter what, it was going to be a losing battle. That's just the name of the game. Like, no one's ever going to be like, this is the perfect list. Freddie did it perfectly. Menners did it perfectly, whatever. I was just more so of just trying to get inside of like, all right, so what is your logic? Trying to deconstruct how you were thinking about it. And and you looking at it as an individual just sounds a lot more logical. But also, did they all do that? Was everyone kind of on that same page? Like they're going to go down the list, look at somebody individually. Did you guys talk about that at all?
Well, so that's
Yeah.
where the
Yeah, let me just jump in. I think what's I mean, I think all three panel members brought a different perspective, and I think that was good. I think all three people coming out, we set up the parameters very clearly. We set up the parameters very clearly, and I think, for example, Ned is a perfect snapshot of someone who actually. Justin said it on the show today. You know, we needed some guy who just listens to the show, and that's about it. That was Ned. Like, I'll be honest, Ned barely knew who Josh and James were. You know, he wasn't into the basketball. He just listened to the show. And, you know, so I thought he brought a good perspective. And, you know, it's easy to criticize. Maybe Cinema Lords was probably the only one. If I had my time over, I'd probably get in there. I don't know how you think about that, Freddie, but he was, you know, just outside the 50 anyway.
It is funny you say that, because on my other tab on my browser, I do have the list, and just not to give away too much. Yes, on the first call, when we brought up Josh and James, Ned said, Who is that? But on Ned's final list, Josh and James, he had them at 31.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, so there you go. Maybe he did his research and was like, "Oh shit, okay."
So
But to me, like, the people on the basketball team made an impact, right? Like that was a main topic of the show for a while. The announcers had an impact as well. But again, 6 basketball games
I agree.
over 5
Not enough.
years, that doesn't put you there.
No, not enough. They were in the discussion, but they're not top 50.
Yeah, but you'd have to put other appearances into the factor, no? Like they also had other main show appearances as well,
Just
right?
shut the fuck up, Fax. You don't know what you're fucking talking about. Josh doesn't listen to the show. James has never been in. I mean, we made it pretty clear. We take into account the 5-year cycle. So what happens is, you know, people move up and down based on what happens in the last year, but it's always in the context of the 5 years. So,
so you're saying that Kirk has recency bias as well?
Yeah, and I'm saying, for example, if Josh and James have an amazing year to come, you know, if they do more sport and they're on the show all the time, you know, it will all factor into their ratings next year, but just not enough. Like I think pretty, you know, the list is about right. You know, Cinema Lords even, you know, I can see him missing out. Like, you know, he's just it's kind of meh. Like he's someone that's there, but I think his impact when he's there is not particularly great. So, you know, he's in the discussion, but, you know, I think that was an easy one because he was on the basketball team, but it's not an egregious omission at all.
Okay. I mean, I thought he should have been on there, but I think, I mean, for all I know, it could be the recency bias as well. So,
but Fax, your perspective,
that's what I'm saying,
doesn't really hold any weight because you've only been around for a year.
Yeah.
No disrespect, but like, were there people on the list that you didn't even know who they were?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's why I supported the list in general. All I'm trying to do is just trying to see what you guys were thinking when you made it. But yeah, for me, I supported the list in general because I knew it was going to give me easier way to kind of dive even deeper, because I like seeing something I don't know. I like seeing somebody I don't recognize and then go finding out who they are. That's
so what name did you hear that made you say, like, who the hell is that? Or like why are they so high?
Hold on. I'm going to pull it up because I'll just go down a few names. I won't get too much.
As a recent listener, I know there's recent listeners in the audience. Kane,
I mean, that's the great thing about the list. Everyone has their own opinions on it. No one agrees on it.
Yeah, so I guess.
Yeah, I saw one comment that said that Linda Marks should have been a top 15, like, easily.
Yeah, so if I'm going out of right now, I'm looking at the first 25. There are 2 people that I know that I don't like know of. I do know like 16 John Stewart. I've heard him referenced tons of times, and I know that he has a lot of notoriety with the show. I just haven't really gone into him too much. Haven't really gone back and watched episodes with him or anything. I just know he's a dead guy,
Anyway,
and he was like a big part of the show
Well,
because he is talked about a lot still.
he was a legendary caller in the first sort of 2 years that they took calls, and then when they found out he passed away, like he wasn't just a caller, he was a big figure in the world, and then he sort of passed away, but they didn't find out for a couple of months. And there's a portrait of him that goes to all the live shows. I think it's Tim Riggled's profile picture.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Then that makes more sense. And then Shirley. That name I just didn't recognize straight up.
She's an employee at the Boston Globe that spent, well, yeah. So she tried to get Kirk canceled from WEI, and she got mentioned a billion times in the first few years of the show, maybe less and more recently.
Yeah, but she was the one who like enticed the attack on him because like
She
there was
worked with the
Merges.
activist. Yes,
Yeah, with Murchison. Yeah.
correct. And
Okay, so then
Riccio and that whole conglomerate of assholes.
okay, that makes that makes it ring a bell. I just didn't recognize her name, but I know who you're talking about, if that helps or makes any sense. And then other than that, I don't know. I don't see anybody that I at least haven't heard of. I think everyone else I kind of at least have heard of. But like it's been a year, so that's given me plenty of time to go over and kind of see or at least know who they are. Like I still haven't caught up on everything, but when I do have time, I try to. I'm about to have a lot of time.
That's never going to happen. You can't do that.
Yes, it can. Jackson was talking about how he did it in like 2 weeks.
You could have the show on 24/7, and it would take 2 months for the whole audio to play, and you got to sleep.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm gonna have a lot of time to go through some episodes. I'll get there eventually. Because I've gone through some in the beginning, and then basically every single one that you recommend to me, I just put on a playlist, so that way I could just like have a playlist of the episodes that you found, and then like I'll get other recommendations from other people.
Boring. Listen to the best ofs from each year. Menners, confirmed that you dropped the list on Saturday night because you were upset about things I said?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, Menners.
Yeah, look, a whole range of things. I was just kind of felt it just needed to get out there. You know, there was a lot of fake news floating around. I didn't really trust it, the list not to get leaked. So I just thought better just get it out there. You know,
who did you think was going to leak it?
Oh, I mean, it could have been anybody. It could have been anyone. You just never know.
Anyone. There was 4 people.
Well, yeah, it could have been any one of us. So I just decided.
You thought you were going to leak it yourself?
Yeah, well, I did. That's what I literally.
Well,
did.
as I'm saying, you did it, but that's a weird.
I've been thinking about it for a while. The best way to do it, and I think it worked. So I'm really proud of everybody. I think everyone did really well. Freddie was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, but I don't want to pin it on him. He did a great job. He was, a very good panelist. If I would recommend him for any future roles, if asked. So,
I'll get ahead of this. When Mama K is in the studio this week, she's going to try to explain her confusing graph and all this stuff. And she's going to confuse and annoy the hell out of everybody because she had this like chart that had like, oh, did they work for the show? Were they show lore? Did they do this? Did they go to live shows? It was like just a kind of confusing matrix of things that you could literally just say like, what impact did they have on the main show? And
Yeah.
how does it stack up for the history of the show for the last 5 years? That's a simple question, but she turned it into a confusing thing. So Thursday, like, be prepared for Kirk to get mad at her.
Because it's going to be confusing as shit. It sounds confusing as shit.
No, but she did a good job. She came up with some ways to think about it.
I mean, yeah, that's fine.
Um,
But why didn't okay, but just I still don't understand why you just didn't wait for Wednesday, because it wasn't going to
Well,
get
what are you talking about Wednesday? What are you talking about?
Wednesday night, Monday night, sometime this week.
No,
We all
there,
assumed
there was
that's what
no
everyone was
show.
expecting.
No show. Put it out. Get everybody talking. You know, do what people aren't expected. That's
Yeah, but
Sure. I think Freddie, Mama Kay, and Ned hate me, but that's fine. You know. What can
I wouldn't
do?
say they hate you. They probably were just like, "Oh, what the fuck," and then that's.
I don't think anybody hates. Well, I don't think anybody of that group hates you. I think they were frustrated, but I think they understand you were trying to make a splash and you did it. So
Yeah, but the splash could have been bigger.
Well, that's not true.
That's
It's not true. Us going on and explaining it would have been.
That's
boring.
not my area.
Yeah, but that was like your whole thing. That was what you wanted the whole time, and then you just didn't do it, and you were in control
Facts,
of it this time. Too.
Facts. Don't tell me what I want and don't want, buddy.
I won't. You said it. You're on video saying it. It's
People say a
just-
lot of things, and then they, change their mind. And we got good shock value about just releasing it. Everyone's talking about it, and it also works out well. Mama Kay is going in this week, so she's got something to talk about now.
Yeah. All right. I mean, hey, just thought I'd ask. You did say one thing and did another, so.
I still have PTSD from last year's list, so you just have to cut me some slack. And I told the panelists this. I said, I am, struggling. This is bringing back memories.
Yeah. So what happened today, though? Did Kirk just say, "Hey, Mick is coming in," or Justin say, "Hey,
No,
Mick is coming
absolutely
in"?
not. I hadn't listened. So, well, I'm going to give you some exclusives here. I've been working in the background to try and get Mick back on the show for a while. And one of my tactics was I've been reaching out to cousin Christian and I've been inviting him in, because what would annoy Mick more than Christian coming in and talking about Mick? So I've been
Not
working
a bad
on
play
that.
at all.
And then, I heard the BAP audio and I reached out to Kirk and I said, "Do you want me to get Mick in?" Kirk said, as he said on the main show, he's not sure it's good for Mick's mental health. That was the last I heard of it. Then I woke up, saw a message from Mick, but I hadn't listened to the whole show yet. So when I listened to it, Mick and Kirk was unequivocal. I want him in next week. It was easy for me to just move Kane around.
Yeah, but you also had said, "I do the bookings," and then you
I
changed it.
do.
Yeah, I know, but
and I changed it.
But
So
you
I do
said
the bookings, and I
All right.
changed it.
All right.
No, because strike while the iron's hot with Mick. Kane doesn't matter if he comes in next week or the week after. But I think there's a certain section of the Minute fans that want to hear from Mick. You're going in Wednesday. Ted's going in Thursday. I didn't want to cancel either of you two. I mean, I can cancel you if you want, and Kane if you want facts. So yeah, I am.
Manners,
great job.
Fax
Don's
is going
crying.
in.
John's crying like a little baby. Don, oh yes, you tweeted out that. You tweeted it out. You're a hero. I'm not going to go start sharing DMs, but I've been all over this like a rash. That's all you need to know.
Menners, what advice do you have for Fax, who's going to be a first-time guest in studio next week, as a fellow short person?
it's true. There might be some good input here.
So, firstly, everyone is super nice. That's all you got to remember. Even Kirk, he's actually a big softy. So there's no reason to be scared. The only people that are scared of Kirk are the ones that get it in their head for some reason.
Yeah.
He's super nice. He'll be very friendly. Everyone will be very nice. You're a big fan of the show. You've got nothing to worry about. I would think about some of the shit you're desperate to talk about, and maybe think about it ahead of time so you can vet all the really stupid things. So you don't come out with like a cane, like you're going to get cancer and die, and that's your first topic. So, I would write a big list, and then that's it. Go in and have a good time. You'll be in there with Mutt, so two boring sportos together, so you'll feel right at home.
Oh, there you go. So that's who's going in with me is Mutt. And
if you're still on the show by then.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, who would be going in with Mick on Monday? Would that just be Mike? Because that's how it starts off every week? Yeah, that's what I assumed. I only asked because PSA was asking. Did you offer Freddie a spot in studio?
Yes, I did. But
and he did decline?
He lives out of state, so... He lives out of state.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I did forget about that. Is there anyone else who you got, like, for, what is it, the week after me? Are you going to be announcing it week by week, or what's your deal? Because it's going to be... It's all of November, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, for, like, the 18th through the 22nd, and then the 25th through the 29th. Oh, that's going to be Thanksgiving, so I guess that'll just die out.
Yeah, I've got a few ideas. I've got a lot of people that want to go on. I'd love to get Don in there. I'd love to get Ziggy Robinson. I love a few people that have... Well, it's hard if they're the same person, but...
I was going to say, get them both in at the same time. Book them the same day.
That'd be hard. It'd be impossible. Yeah, so look, I'm working on a few things. It's... Yeah. But also, facts, I didn't want to put Kane in the spot of, like... Now, once I heard the audio from Kirk, I'm like, well, if Kirk wants Mick in, then I should do it. I don't want Kane to be going in there.
Oh, and then, that would be really just like, they'd be like, oh, we want to Mick, and now you're here.
You're putting Kane, playing favorite. So, but yeah, I listened to this is boring for everybody, but now that your clocks have changed, the show starts at 1:30 a.m. my time. So I really don't listen to it. So I get up and it's sort of like catch up. Like I'll get up and there'll be messages and tweets and sort of don't really know what's going on. And then I listen to the show, and then as I'm listening to it, I sort of catch up and sort of woke up to a message from Mick, what's happening next week.
Yeah.
And at that stage, my prior correspondence with Kirk had been, he wasn't quite sure about bringing him in. So, yeah.
Okay. Then you just found it and we're like, all right, cool. Let me just switch around real quick. Seems simple enough.
But yeah, when I heard the audio and Kirk was unequivocal, can you guys get him in next week? Well,
got to go talk to the big boss.
Kirk's been really supportive of my bookings. If he's going to make the odd demand, then, a good booking agent listens to the talent.
It's fair enough. So is that do you think it's going to strengthen your campaign for the producer? Because I'm assuming you're still planning, or at least thinking about an America move.
Absolutely. Yep. Definitely.
Yeah. Has that gone anywhere else other than you just kind of like lightly mentioning it? Or
I mean, in reality, I'd love to get over for the March 1st show now. That's kind of my next aim. I think there's a window I can maybe do that. That'd be a good start.
Would that be a visit? Or would you?
Yeah, that'd be a visit. That'd be a visit. Okay. I don't, because this Amazing Race is obviously not happening now. I mean,
oh man,
that's done clearly.
It's fucking ridiculous. Even Kirk got excited about it, and then the producers just killed it, huh? It took them a week to just bury that shit.
Not even killed it. They just didn't even.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They killed it quick.
We were working on the green screen for the election coverage. Oh, what's happening for the election coverage? Oh, we're not doing anything.
But this is what annoys me about the producers. So Kirk's like, I don't want to come and sit in front of the green screen. And they're like, oh, okay. I mean, if I'd been working on something for a week, I'd say, no, it's going to look better in the green screen. That's why I've been working on
or just put the green screen behind them.
Get off your fucking ass and come into the other room. You're the talent. Just shut up and do what you're told.
Man, there's two questions on bookings that people are asking for these people.
Yes.
Are you going to get BioDude in studio?
I've reached out to BioDude. He hasn't replied to my DM yet.
So the ball is in his court.
Well, I've sent him a message. You know, I want to give him time to think about it. I guess I'm sure Montante has his mobile number, but I don't know if, you know, he's like, I think Bo Duty's a genuine nutcase. So,
Doesn't that make him a good candidate to get him in studio?
no, but maybe he doesn't feel as comfortable going on. Like, maybe, you know, like,
Oh
apparently
yeah,
he's
actually
like
being
weird,
there.
you know, it's weird going out, you know, even to a cafe. So,
And Harvey Hevron, the
yeah, Harvey and I have been in discussions. He's going to go in sometime for sure. I mean, the problem is
that
he's
doesn't sound very
justified.
definite.
Yeah, because if I'll be honest, I think he is a bit too wacky for Kirk. Like, I'm not sure.
So
I'm
you
not
don't want him
sure.
to go in.
No. I don't want to send someone in there and them get torn apart. And
Yeah, but do you think they would tone it down if they're in there?
maybe, yeah, absolutely.
You know,
I
because it's
mean,
like you go in there and all of a sudden they're like,
yeah,
all right,
yeah,
probably reading this room, not what they need.
yeah. Look, Harvey's a unique character, and I really like him. Just not 100% sure he's the right fit. So we'll see. I mean, he's definitely in considerations.
Yeah, I think it'd be good. It would just be one of those one-offs that you just take shit for because
Yeah,
it was
there
like,
are many beautiful colors in the Minifan rainbow, and Harvey makes up, you know, part of that beautiful tapestry. And you know, not everyone needs to go into studio that's on that rainbow.
How about Brandon from Connecticut, the gentleman that Kane had on his program this evening?
Oh, I don't know. You could probably, you know, replicate the comments I just made and
you know
duplicate
what?
them with Brandon.
I'm really curious about Brandon's decision to like, I think he grew like the goatee to hide that he doesn't have a neck, but then he only left the one piece of hair that is like directly tied to his neck. So I was curious if like I was looking at him, I was like, can he like grow a full beard? That would be so much better. Because I know so many people who do that. Like when they don't have a strong jawline, they just grow a beard. And just seeing him just with the goatee that was just essentially right here, and it
Too
just
much
looked like it was connected to his chin.
Too much Brandon
Weird.
talk.
Oh my god! Stop trying to dictate something. Relax. Shooting the shit. But it was fucking weird. Weird appearance. Weird move by Kane. Did you want to hear from Mayo's best friend, Menners?
I did enjoy it. Look, Brandon was a bit of a mystery man, and he sort of indicated he knew Mayo a bit better than he actually did. But great guy. I thought he was fine. I mean, Kane sort of was floundering a bit there, but I liked him. I think I like hearing from Minifans like Brandon. Like, and I think it's the perfect landing spot for you know, as we were talking about, many colors of the rainbow come on the network.
And I apologize to Kane earlier. I said that show was only 20 minutes or 19 minutes long. He had Brandon on for 20 minutes and 30 seconds. So I'm so sorry, Kane.
Yeah, and then he did like 10 minutes by himself, almost. So
yes,
Kane is a content machine.
Yes.
I mean,
but
yeah,
I thought it was funny, like Brandon talking about Mayo being like a celebrity.
That's what I saw that. Yeah, I saw that little clip that Mikey Grabax had posted. So that was like me hearing. I didn't watch the whole thing, so.
I mean, I get it. I mean, I get it. You know, people shouting manners as you know approach the Wilbur. I sort of get where.
Yeah.
Brandon's coming from, but from the other side.
Well, I mean, speaking of guests, I didn't get to hear your take. Did you watch the Unrelated show?
Yep, I did. I mean, this is all a bit childish now. I think.
Yeah.
I think you take the good with the bad with vodka. He's a complete drunk. He's miserable bastard. I think he's been very remorseful. He let something slip once. I do not think Jackson and Tim should be getting any shit for having him on their show. I think it made the show worse because I think those two are funnier when it's just the two of them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's not like they got vodka on and they were doxing BA or something. I mean, if John and co don't want vodka on this show, that's one thing. But let's not play cancel culture. I think the meeting of the minds people are the height of hypocrisy if they start playing cancel culture people. I mean, I know what I mean. Jay I mean, Joe's a different case because he just kept doing it. He just kept doing it,
And he would.
And he showed no remorse.
Yeah.
Whereas, yeah.
And he acts like he intends to keep doing it. He doesn't like. Yeah, he's definitely still going for that.
But yeah, so that's where I'm on it.
Yeah, I don't think Jackson and Tim should be getting any slack. And also, like I said, different channel, so no rules are broken. But Unrelated Show's great. I love Tim and Jackson on there. I love that it's just both of them trying to outbid each other the whole time. Is there an Australian Minifan show coming out this week?
No, there's nothing happening this week.
Oh man, I actually do like that show.
Maybe Mena's Live on Friday night after Mike and the Minifans. That'll be about it.
Yeah. Oh wait, you are doing a Mena's Live?
Yeah, probably.
Oh okay.
Probably.
Gotcha. I got yeah, like I said, all I got so far is cinema, and then I'll probably try to get another one or two. I really like the triple, like the 3 people. I actually really enjoyed that. I mean, having the big panel last week without me trying to control conversation, I actually agree with Freddie, was refreshing and was like entertaining. But when I do it, like I do like having like 3 people because it makes the flow of conversation easier. I don't have to think as hard.
Freddie, are you going on Kane's show tomorrow night?
Yeah, it's sort of I think it's a 3 Up 3 Down, but it's like a list special.
Yes, that's right.
I think we're going live at 10 p.m.
Whoa, 10 p.m.
Great. Excellent.
Yeah, it'll be me and Kane and I think Kevin from Bristol, who's facts. Kevin from Bristol is a old school Minifan that's been involved in the world for many years. He's been a distinguished caller to the show. He goes back to the WEEI days, and he has an alias, Dr. Dorian, Captain Dorian Hungwell.
And he owns a kid's toy shop, and if a Minifan drops by, he'll pull out a bottle of whiskey or something, and you can have a shot with him.
Is that in Boston?
No.
Well, so it's Kevin from Bristol, so
yeah,
it's probably closer to Bristol, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
I don't know Bristol. I don't know the city Bristol, so.
Well, look up Google Maps, man. Why
are you making me do all this like extra shit, dog? You could just say, "Hey, Bristol's here," Bristol. We got city in England.
Yep,
city in England, mate.
And then there we go, Connecticut. That probably makes a little more sense. So there you go, Connecticut.
Well, there might also be a Bristol in other states.
Oh my god, motherfucker! All right.
But I thought the show today was good. I thought Blind Mike was super into the list. He was loving it. It was a good chat about it.
I think Blind Mike was I think Blind Mike showed more enthusiasm for the list than anybody else since me.
Oh yeah, I appreciated that. Nice. He was into it.
That was awesome.
And overall, I think the list is about right. I think it's, I have no real regrets. This list is much better than the list last year. And the interesting thing is everybody has a different opinion. So, there were 3 people on the Unrelated Show. They all had a different opinion. People in here have disagreed. Kirk, Justin, Cullinane, and Mike, a lot of them had different opinions. Like it's very subjective, but we managed to distill it down to a point where I think it's, it's pretty good. It's pretty damn good.
Yeah, and
if Cinema Lords is your big miss, like Jesus Christ, as I said, he's low impact.
And just one note on that.
Love Cinema, good guy.
We're talking about,
and so do I. I've booked. He's a once a month guy on the show. I'm gonna book him in actually for the next couple of weeks, and maybe next year he can get up into the top 50. Actually, I want to defend BA. People were saying, "Oh, why should BA?" BA has been in the world.
She never went backstage
intensely for 5 years. BA now in the last 6 months he's dropped out a bit. And I actually think, you know, his hosting of Mike and the Minifans was very impactful. But, you know, in another year's time, if he's behaves the way he is now, probably find him outside the top 50. I mean, it's just the way it goes.
Yeah, I would support BA being on there. I mean, and he's the whole reason I got where I was. So
Go on,
I
Freddie.
I
Sorry,
love
I
him.
cut you off.
No, sorry, no, you're good. Just a small sliver into a sneak preview for tomorrow night. Kirk was very adamant that Montante shouldn't have been in the top 10. 2 of the panelists did have Montante in the top 10. One of the panelists had Montante at 18. You do the
Wait,
math.
two of the panelists had him in the top 10,
Yeah.
and then one had him.
But I mean, I think that's fair enough. I mean, I think Montante's been around longer. I mean, unlike Mud, he's not ashamed of the show. You know, I think we're.
Someone had Montante at 7. Just saying.
Well,
hot damn.
Well,
pretty high rating.
I don't disagree with that. Montante's a star.
At 7?
I mean, not quite 7, but he's many consider him to be the best third chair apart from Blind Mike. There's quite a few people who consider him to be better than Mutt.
I can definitely get behind that. I love it when he's on.
So
yeah, he has a whole different element, but he doesn't go like completely off the walls like you're saying other people you'd be afraid that would.
Yeah.
He's the perfect balance, and I like his energy.
Well, we'll get into it more tomorrow night because it's not just about he's only really been on the show.
And Freddie, don't worry, no one's watching this. No one watches Meeting the Mind, so you can say it all again tomorrow, and most people will be hearing it for the first time. It's
same old.
This is like being in a jungle and no one else and just talking to yourself.
We got 108 right now, so there we go.
That's people scrolling. That's people scrolling past on Twitter who look at it for 8. Yeah, they see your face facts and they just keep fucking scrolling. I can tell you that much. Been there many a time.
Amen to that, brother. Yeah, you're telling me. Well, we got the Farm League System Network they're watching, so that's one thing.
Yeah, I know, I'm with you, Farm League System.
I'm a rat?
Yeah.
Why? What would that mean? I'm a rat.
No, it says Fax thinks 108 people are watching. Sorry.
Oh yeah, that's just because I was looking at the number.
Yeah, you are probably a rat too, but
you're a fucking rat. You look more like a rat than I do.
I do.
All right. Well.
Yeah.
That's the case. I don't know.
So what happened was there's supposed to be a meeting of the minds, and John fell asleep. Was that?
No, John. Yeah, John fell asleep, but he woke up, and then he and I went back and forth for like.
I'm gonna bounce. I'll let you guys hash it out. Good night.
Okay.
Freddie, yeah, I'm gonna bounce in a minute too. Thanks for leaving me here to die with facts. Go on.
Oh my God! Stop bitching. Always bitching. I'm just saying. John was in his bed. I told him to get out and do the show. He said no. We went back and forth for 20 minutes, and then he's like, "You just do one, if you have so much to say." And I did it, but I mean,
do you regret trying?
No, because it just didn't really make sense. It just didn't really make sense because I really only had like a few things to say. And then when Freddie came on, it gave me more to say. So I did appreciate that. And then with you coming on, it added more. But like, yeah, doing it by myself, I only had a few things to say because I just wanted to talk about what had been going on over the past couple of days within specifically the GVE group.
Yeah. So are you excited about next Wednesday? Going in Wednesday the 13th. So we've got Mick on Monday, you on Wednesday, Sellers Thursday.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to go in. I'm excited to see Boston in general, honestly, because I've never been to the Northeast. So
where are you staying?
Probably just at a hotel. That's the plan. So
you haven't booked one yet?
I was going to today, and then I forgot, so it's just sitting open.
Boston is a shit place to book.
Yeah, I figured it out. I gotta do that.
Season.
Huh?
It's not peak season, but anyway.
Yeah, it should be fine. I saw the prices; they're not really that ridiculous right now. So there's a lot of like decent places. I've been in pretty shitty places to sleep, so my standards aren't very high. As one could imagine, if you just go from sleeping in a room with like 50 other dudes for a few months, you just kind of become numb to it. So for me, I'm just like, if it's cheap, I'll go. Same with the flight too. I was just like, let me just get a cheap flight. But I'm excited to go on the show. I think it's going to be fun. A lot of people are saying don't be nervous. And as of right now, which all material to change, I'm not really nervous. I'm more excited because I just think it's fun to go in there, see how things work and operate. And when you're doing like a podcast that isn't just your own, where it's just you sitting in like your room doing it, I like seeing how all that other stuff works too. I've never really just like walked into a studio before or anything, so even the boring shit I'm interested in.
Great. Yeah, Cullinane's really nice. He was super friendly when I was there. Justin's very friendly. Yeah. And then you have a great time. You have a great time. Just pump yourself up. Pump yourself up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the thing on the 12th. So the little
and
Aaron
don't be
Hernandez
afraid
thing.
at the end. Just if you have 20 questions like Mayo, fucking go for it. Like just as I said, vet the questions so you make sure they're, and then just go for it. You just keep him there for 3 hours if you can. Honestly, don't be shy.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. That's for sure. Okay. I mean, I did already have like a list, so I'll just keep adding to it, and then I'm ready.
Yeah,
that should be okay.
Do not ask him how you should get into podcasting. Like,
I wasn't going.
One of your questions is, do you have any advice for me? His advice will be get a trade. So don't even bother.
I already got one of those, so yeah, I'm good. Right. But yeah, exactly. I wasn't really interested in that.
And if I was anything, just pump up the network. I mean, the networks are in a pretty, depressing state because no one on the main show cares about them. You're the host of Mike and the Minute Fans, fight for your show,
Yeah.
Tell Cullinane and Justin to get off their ass and start doing stuff for it.
I do. I got notes on that. I definitely got notes on that. Because I'm starting to feel very, very strongly about like this, similar to how you feel about it, where I'm starting to just kind of get over it, starting to get annoyed of like, why are we not doing more? It just feels like there's so much more you could be doing at any given moment. And when we just like put it to just the show, after so many of us already have seen what we can do outside of it, I see very much so where it gets annoying.
So remember, Kirk's tactic is always give me examples. Yeah. Right.
I got plenty.
If you start, make sure you have them and you're not fumbling around, because he will be like, okay, give me examples, and be ready.
Oh yeah. Don't worry. I'm prepared for that too. Cause I would just go down my list. I think I have like, I don't have a lot right now. I think I have like 6 right now, but I could add more. So I think maybe number 1 will just be Minute Fans Across America. Just be like, could do that. That'd be a great idea. Just get the producers on that. Bunch of Minute Fans going in and going across America.
Yeah. All right, Fax, I'm going to get back to work now, buddy. I reckon you're going to have to end this one.
Yeah. I'm glad that you and Freddie came on for a little bit. Even if it was just a rhythm, it was still a good time.
Yeah.
I just have a good time. So
remember, 3 Up, 3 Down tomorrow night, election night, 10 p.m. There'll be more list discussions. But overall, I'm really happy with it. I think the panel were really good. Ned was very difficult, and I mean, I'll tell you what happened. Basically, people, I did not determine the list. I wanted to give it into 3 other people. The committee determined the list, and then I just came in and sort of oversaw, and we looked at a few little areas where maybe it hadn't come together very well.
Yeah.
And Ned just wanted me to hold their hand the whole time. I was like, you have meetings. You can basically just give me the list, and, we'll just, if there's any problems, we'll work it out. But, Ned wanted me to hold their hands, which is fine.
Like he wanted you to give input every step of the way?
And he wanted me in every meeting and all that stuff. And, but I didn't want to be part of the committee that chose the list. So because, I didn't think either of those 3 would be on the list, but I might have been on the list. So it's better if I'm not. on the list, so it's not.
Did you
compromised.
determine your number, or was
No,
that?
no, of course not. They of course not. They had me at 17. I didn't touch that at all.
Yeah, and they all agreed on that. Like 17 was like the best spot, kind of.
Yeah, I think it averaged out.
Okay.
You know, a couple had me higher, one had me low, or something like that. But it's not even the point. You know, I was flattered to be that high on the list. But yeah, so Ned, who insisted that I be there. So then we organised the final meeting to like really nut it out.
Yeah.
And he just forgets about the meeting, doesn't message. I've got Ned's mobile and I called him, doesn't pick up. So we're all sitting there like idiots for 40 minutes. And allegedly, for the first meeting between them, he forgot about it, and they had to remind him. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess that makes more sense.
And yeah, we still took into account Ned's list, like he had a list, but you know, we just couldn't have another discussion, and he just keeps forgetting about them. I mean, you know, shit comes up. You can get in Twitter in 1 minute and say, hey, sorry, I'm stuck somewhere. I can't make the meeting. And at least then we're not all sitting around like idiots. Then we can go, okay, let's just bin it and we'll do it next week.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I agree. I mean, it did work out. I was just curious. Oh, there you go. And Don says, Freddie and Kane doing a show at 10 p.m. on election night. Manners already told the stories. I don't think, no, because it's perspective.
I won't
based.
be on, and no one watches this show. So, you know.
That's true. But I mean, we are going to be back tomorrow with like John actually, and hopefully more people than just me getting Freddie and Menners. I like being on this show specifically more as just like a guest with John or BA or somebody. BA, tomorrow's the 5th, so there's his chance to come back. So he did say he'll be back.
Well, happy election, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for coming on. Bye-bye. All right. There we go. Well, thanks to Menners and Freddie for coming on. John, I hope you got what you wanted. I really only had 10 minutes of things to say, but hey, we made an hour and 22 happen out of it, so that's pretty good. I think we'll be back tomorrow, but I'll leave that up to John. So.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Cocked your head to the side and said I'm angry. 5 days since you laughed at me, saying get back together, come back and see me. 3 days since the living room. I realized it's all my fault, but couldn't tell you. Yesterday you'd forgiven me, but it'll still be 2 days till I say I'm sorry.
Hold it now and watch a hoodwink. Does it make you stop, think? You'll think you're looking at Aquaman. I summon fish to the dish, although I like the chalet Swiss. I like the sushi cause it's never touch a frying pan. Hot like wasabi when I bust.